Imran Sulaiman, our CFO, and myself were in Chicago earlier this year in June at the REIT convention, and it was interesting to see that that residential property was between 10 and 15% of the listed sector there, and this is similar for other developed economies across the world. And I think if you look at residential property within the South African listed property market, it's only in two companies currently, Octodec and Premium, and it makes up under 1% of the assets listed on in the property sector and the REIT sector. As new companies have listed on the stock exchange in the property sector, competition has increased, and therefore it's made it more difficult to keep its pipeline as big as it's wanted. We purchased 700 million rand in our last financial year, and about 800 in the previous financial year. In the next financial year, we are looking at purchasing around 2 billion. Of this half of this will be residential, and we have communicated one of these portfolios to the market. That is a portfolio of it's 36 properties, 406 million, spread across Johannesburg, various areas: Soweto, Hillbrow, Berea, Turffontein, Randburg, and a few other areas. It's a very diverse portfolio. I think what we see in residentials obviously is the lack of competition and an opportunity for Arrowhead to exploit this. We see ourselves as really the pioneers in the residential listed property sector. Although not the first players, we really believe to be the first aggressive players in the market. Interestingly enough, since we've made our first announcement on SENS, I think it was in July, that we would be looking at a residential portfolio, which is still under due diligence and has to go to our investment committee, we have been inundated with calls in terms of potential residential pipeline. So we haven't actively been looking to increase that portfolio from the time of announcing the transaction until we'd actually bedded it down. But the phone hasn't stopped ringing. We've had approximately 5 billion rands worth of stock come through our doors unsolicited, and we will look at all that stock. We don't believe that we'll conclude a large portion of that. Hopefully we'll conclude a small portion of it, but it's really opening an exciting avenue. As Arrowhead focuses on secondary properties, or it actually focuses on higher yielding properties, which happen to be secondary properties, and we look to buy properties with high yields and diversified risk. The residential sector fits in with this strategy, and we will be targeting the affordable housing sector within the residential market. We believe that in this sector we can achieve the yields that we do on our office, retail and industrial portfolios, and that this is where the mass demand is in terms of letting of the units is. This is the market that Arrowhead sees the opportunities in.